Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you would never ask, Heidi. It is Friday, the 28th of January, National Blueberry Pancake Day. I could go for some of those. Darn good stuff.
I like just plain pancakes.
I like plain pancakes, chocolate chip pancakes, blueberry pancakes,
Any
pancakes with
pancakes.
banana, pancakes with bacon bits in them. I have a big long list of things that I like that happen to be pancakes. Also, a data privacy day today. So, Heidi, tell everybody your password.
No.
Oh, no? Yeah, good job. I thought I would trick you. National Have Fun at Work Day. We do that every day. National Kazoo Day and National Bigwig Day. All of those things happening on this Friday, the 28th of January. And I got a guest joining me. I'm excited to chat with Lieutenant Joe Kenda. He had 9 seasons, I believe, of Homicide Hunter. And now they just started season 2 of American Detective with Lieutenant Joe Kenda. It just started this Wednesday, the 26th on Discovery Plus. This guy is awesome, and I'm excited to chat with him coming up.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. Consumers say they prefer to reap the benefits of working out, but the majority still make an effort to keep track of their diet or keep their diet on track. Research reveals that only 7% said they are strict with themselves to ensure that their diet is as healthy as possible. 7%.
Yeah.
3 in 10, 31%, say they maintain a healthy diet most of the time. I don't fall in either of those categories. Many find the balance is key. 38% say their diet is a mix of healthy and not so healthy eating, while another 73% agree that indulgences are permissible in a healthy diet. And then there's me. I have no clue because I'm not doing any of those things right. I need to get back on track. We were doing really good.
You were doing awesome.
And then we kind of fell off the band. When I say fell off, I mean we leaped off the bandwagon.
We dove off head first.
Yeah, we're going to get back into it, though. Hey,
To
oddly...
a vat of potatoes and gravy.
Hey, we had that there to cushion the fall. Oddly, a study found that when ice cream sales go up, so do homicides, and nobody knows why. Is that
Brain
weird?
freeze.
Oh, could be. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At BetterCreditCards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. BetterCreditCards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
This is your Brain on Drugs, brought to you by TimeForRehab.com. I want to remind you, addiction is no laughing matter. If you or someone you know needs help, the website is TimeForRehab.com. 3 people charged with connection to interstate drug trafficking ring. Reading all the details here. Deputies charged 23-year-old Aaron Joseph Mata, 26-year-old Taylor Lynn Bardell, and 29-year-old Jean Autra Haley III with trafficking cocaine. 3 California residents denied bond, currently being held in Florence County Detention Center. Estimated street value of the cocaine, how much, Heidi? How much do you think they
I
had?
have no idea.
$230,000.
Oh, see, I would have guessed $1 million or so.
Yeah. So
I would have been off.
You would have been off. And I got to tell you, no matter what the amount is, it's not worth it. You're going to go to prison for the rest of your life or for a long, long time. You could be killed. There's all kinds of terrible problems that come with that. So just steer clear of it. Then, if you don't ever start, you don't have to quit. Isn't that a great way? Mm-hmm. There you go. By the way, that is what happens when your brain is on drugs.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. Arnold Schwarzenegger was involved in a multi-vehicle car accident last week, leaving a woman with what they're calling serious injuries. Schwarzenegger was driving a Yukon SUV, and he collided with a red Prius on Sunset Boulevard.
I saw the pictures of this,
actually. Photos were online. His SUV started to roll and ended up on top of the Prius, then continued to roll into a Porsche. the woman behind the wheel of the Prius taken to the hospital in an ambulance. Nobody charged. No one charges have been laid. What does that mean? I think that just means no charges have been laid. Alcohol is not believed to have been a factor. Representative for Arnold Schwarzenegger said he is fine. His only concern now is the woman who was injured. I think that's nice. That was really nice.
That's nice.
And let the games begin again. Squid Game officially returning for season 2 on Netflix. I've not seen a single episode. I went on and watched the preview, and it looks really weird to me, but I've had people say, oh, you got to see it. Yeah, I got to see it. So I don't know that I'm going to see it, but if I want to see it, now I got a second season to see it too. All right. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. The doomsday clock will remain unchanged at 100 seconds to midnight in the 2022. For the last couple of years, it's remained the closest it's been to midnight since created in 1947. By leaving it there, the Bulletin of Atomic Scientists aims to highlight that we're all in a perilous historic moment still, and humanity is still closer to potential apocalypse than ever. These stories are really bright and cheerful, aren't they?
They sure are.
The board stresses that they have been improvements, but with things going on like the increase in nuclear weapon stockpiling and all the other things going on in the world, they're saying that right now it's the doomsday clock is not going to change. I don't know. Maybe we need happier people in charge of the doomsday clock. just saying. Americans spend nearly half their waking hours looking at screens, according to a survey. More specifically, they found 42% of the time that we're awake, our eyes are fixed on either a television, a smartphone, a computer, a tablet, or another device.
That's true.
The average American sleeps 8 hours a night on average, but not everybody. Researchers calculate people spend about 6 hours and 43 minutes a day
Yikes.
staring at a screen. Over a typical lifespan, that's 7,956
Yikes.
days of your life staring at a screen.
Yeah,
I've got some more information in here if you want to read the rest. You can find that in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Friday.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you pack out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Our guest today, Lieutenant Joe Kenda, also known as the Homicide Hunter. We're going to talk about his new program as well. Sir, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I am fantastic, and I'm excited to talk about the TV program. But first of all, congratulations on an amazing career as a detective. I'm looking here at a 92% solve rate. If not the highest, that's going to be close to the highest in the nation.
It's good. It's the average is between 55 and 60%.
So that is absolutely fantastic. And how long were you a detective, a lieutenant in Colorado Springs?
Well, I'm retired now. But I was the commander of the Major Crimes Unit. I spent most of my career in homicide as a detective, a sergeant, a lieutenant, and then a commander of major crimes before I retired.
And then you went on to do a TV program called Homicide Hunter, which is an amazing program. Am I reading this right? Was that 9 seasons you've done that?
Yeah, you are. 9 seasons, 144 episodes. They were my cases that I personally worked. And it wound up being played all over the world in a number of different languages.
What an amazing career. And I wish that there was a happy ending in the sense that somebody didn't die, but with the name Homicide Hunter, that was the beginning of every story. But because you did such an amazing job and your team did an amazing job, you guys were able to have a nice happy ending where the bad guy was caught and couldn't do something horrible to someone else as well.
Of course. Murder is a serious business.
Yeah.
But it also requires a serious person to get involved in it. To give that ghost that is responsible for this a first, middle, and last name.
Absolutely.
It's very, very difficult.
Well, you've had an absolutely amazing career, but what was it that got you interested in doing this with your life? What was it that had that young Joe Kenda say, hey, this is what I want to do?
When I was a kid, I went to the Pittsburgh Zoo with my parents. I'm from Pittsburgh. It was a big deal in the kid world to go see wild animals, for God's sake. And I went to the primate house, and there was a sign outside the primate house that said, around this corner is the most dangerous animal on earth. And we all rushed around the corner, adults included, and it was a mirror from ceiling to floor.
Ah.
All the adults were disappointed. For me, it was an epiphany. The sign said, humans are the most dangerous, and they are. That's why wild animals run from us, John. They know what we are.
Absolutely.
The most dangerous animal on this planet.
Well, I'm really glad a young Joe Kenda went to the zoo that day because it inspired an amazing career. First of all, behind the badge, doing what you did, but now in front of the camera, showing people through the program that you've done for years, Homicide Hunter, and now the new program, American Detective. Let's talk about this because it's a fascinating program. Tell us a little more about that.
Absolutely right. I wanted to showcase detectives, thousands of detectives from all over the country, men and women, who worked just as hard as I did for little or no money, except for the slings and arrows of the press, to stand in the shoes of the victim and protect their interests, as the victims can no longer stand in their own shoes. And these are cases in small towns that the press never covered because they had bigger fish to fry, horrible crimes, solved by detectives doing what they do. And that's what I want people to see. And they also want people to see how important it is to avoid the lifestyle differences, to avoid becoming a victim of violent crime. People ask me all the time, how do you avoid being a victim of violent crime? It's simple, really. Stay at bars at closing time. Nothing good happens after midnight. Do not buy, sell, or use narcotics or associate with those who do. And try to marry well. Don't marry a psychotic. And the odds of you being a victim of violent crime are very small.
Based on that checklist, I think I'm doing okay.
There you go. And life will just go on, okay? But you engage in those other behaviors, and that puts you into a high-risk lifestyle, and high-risk lifestyles are exactly what they say they are. They are high risk.
I'm looking right now at a list of episodes, and I see there's like Prodigal Son, The Creek, Run the Wickets, Radio Silence, Drugstore Cowboy, Death Roll, and each of these have dates. That's when they begin streaming. But if I missed one, I can still continue to see this on Discovery Plus anytime when I look at American Detective. Is that right?
That's correct. The streaming allows you to watch it, to binge watch. You can watch them all.
Yeah.
You can watch season 1 and 2. And do whatever. You can watch all of Homicide Hunter.
That is awesome.
All 9 seasons, for God's sake. I mean, you can spend your life in front of a television. So,
Well, it's streaming right now. American Detective with Lieutenant Joe Kenda. It's on Discovery Plus, and I'm going to throw a link to make it really easy to find the different episodes. Joe, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us today. I appreciate it a bunch.
You're entirely welcome. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Again, our guest today, Lieutenant Joe Kenda, and Season 2 of American Detective with Joe Kenda just started streaming earlier this month on Discovery Plus. You can watch all of Season 1 on there as well, and you can also find Homicide Hunter. I'll throw a link to all of that in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
A violin contains 70 separate pieces of wood.
Really?
Yeah, it's a lot of pieces of wood for a tiny little violin.
Yeah, it is.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The longest one-syllable word in the English language is what, if you're going to guess?
I really don't know.
Screeched. Doesn't that seem like it would be screeched? I guess it is one syllable. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
When asked what their most prized possession is, only 1% of women say it was their wedding ring.
1%.
1%, yeah. And our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Just 15% of people say when it comes to tech products, they would rather give up Netflix than give up their social media. 15%. Going back to the wedding ring thing, I got another wedding ring thing coming up later in the program. I should have had both of these yesterday when we were doing.
What is your most prized possession, John?
My most prized possession would be my beautiful bride, Heidi.
I am not your possession.
You are too.
I am not your possession.
I own you. I bought
Just
you.
so we're clear on that.
I don't know. I don't know what else. What else do I have? Without you, I got nothing. See? All right. It's your fun facts for this Friday. Thanks for listening. Oh, now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At bettercreditcards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. Bettercreditcards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, RadioTravelGroup.com presents a news headline from somewhere in this world. Dateline Czechoslovakia. A Czech circus performer broke a Guinness World Record by riding a unicycle measuring 29.8 feet. Pavel Vala Bertini, participating in the 4th International Circus Festival in Budapest, when he rode around the ring on a unicycle that consisted of 17 wheels stacked vertically. The previous record, by the way, was 29.1 feet. He was 29.8 feet.
Alrighty.
If my math is correct, that's 0.7 feet higher.
That's quite a bit higher.
Well, not really. It's just a little bit higher. But it's pretty darn cool. And I said Dateline Czechoslovakia. I believe the answer really is Dateline Hungary, because it was in Budapest. I'll fix that. All right. That is a news headline from somewhere in this world. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now, some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. Researchers carried out some unique research in Canada on lakes, and they have a very strange evolutionary theory that's never been proven. Given the right circumstances, they say fish get old, like decades old, but they don't age. Craig Purchase of Newfoundland's Memorial University studied trout in Ontario's experimental lakes area, a series of isolated watersheds set aside for biological experiments like this.
Okay.
Living these lakes means the old fish eat the same things the young fish do, which is the perfect opportunity to study how the trout age. What they found, though, is not only do the fish continue to grow for their whole lifetime, they keep getting bigger, they stay reproductively capable as well, meaning they don't age. Unfortunately, none of this is going to help humans because this happens.
We're not fish.
Yeah, it says we might get fat, but we don't continue growing. So
Mermaids don't age either. So.
Oh, they don't. Okay, I didn't know that. Now I know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
It's time now for the list. Brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. The list today: what happens to the wedding ring? What do you do with your wedding ring after the relationship went bye-bye? So this is another thing I could have had yesterday when we had our Dear John letter about a wedding ring. Had a fun fact about wedding rings earlier today. Could have had that yesterday.
Right.
I had all this stuff sitting here, and I just didn't plan very well. I got to plan better, Heidi. So back to the list. It says, after my ex flew the coop, I tied my wedding ring to a helium balloon and let it loose in the wild blue yonder.
Seriously?
It was a symbolic gesture. I must have had my head in the clouds to get married in the first
I
place.
hope she took the diamond out of it first.
Second one says, I put mine around my dog's collar and attached it to the rabies tag. It looked better on the dog. Wow. And for my 2 used wedding rings from previous marriages, I own a body piercing shop, and I use them there. I also advertise free piercings if you bring in your old rings. So there you go. And then they use them for piercings, apparently. I don't know how that works. That is the list, brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you peck out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for the quote of the day. Comes your way courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. This is a quote from Leslie Nielsen portraying Lieutenant Frank
loved
Drebin
him.
from Naked Gun 2.5.
Yes.
The Smell of Fear. Truth hurts. Maybe not as much as jumping on a bicycle with a seat missing, but it hurts. I love that movie.
Those movies are amazing.
And I just love Leslie Nielsen.
Leslie Nielsen was amazing.
There are a lot of people who our age and younger who don't even realize Leslie Nielsen used to be a very serious actor.
Yeah.
It wasn't. I think Airplane might have been his first role where he had a chance to be, in a comedic movie, and then he nailed it after that. He was in a bunch of stuff.
Oh my gosh,
That was
I just
so funny.
love him.
Yeah,
One of
he was
my
so
all-time
funny.
favorites for sure.
All right. Quote of the day comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. They're known for quotes too, but those are insurance quotes. Huh? See? InsuranceChicken.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and it comes your way courtesy of GMDvacations.com. A dog was saved thanks to sausage and a drone. Poor Millie the dog went missing while out for a walk in southern England. Volunteer organization Denmead Drone Search and Rescue set up a drone to track her. They found her out on a dangerous mudflat that can cause flooding during high tides. Police, fire services, and even the Coast Guard couldn't coax the nervous pup back to safety. After 3 days, a volunteer came up with a last-ditch idea. It involved some sausage, a string, and a drone. The sausages were fried, the drone went aloft, and the sweet, hungry Millie followed them right off the flats to safety. That is a neat idea.
Yeah, it is a good idea.
Do you remember the documentary that went by the name of Back to the Future 2? Okay, it's not a documentary.
Vaguely.
But when they talked in Back to the Future 2, when they showed a glimpse of the future, which, by the way, was 7 years ago.
Okay.
The future in that movie was 7 years ago. It was 2015. They had a dog that was going for a walk, and there was a little thing floating above it that was walking it. It's like a drone.
Yeah.
I'll bet you could do that now.
Probably.
When that movie came out, that was so far-fetched, but if you wanted, I don't know. I've
But
never
the dog
tried it.
would overpower that thing and
know.
take off running, so...
I have no idea. I have no idea how that would work, but I was thinking of that. We had a friend that was flying a drone not too long ago. It was like 2 weeks ago when we were with a friend, and I was thinking, oh, hey, I bet you could do that now. So, and it's neat that there's a story where they used it not to take a dog for a walk, but to dangle some sweet, delicious sausage down there to get the dog to follow it. So that is your good news for today. I've got the story in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening on a Friday.